Good morning, everybody. We are live. It is Wednesday. It's the 9th of April, and hopefully your day is off to an excellent start. If it isn't yet, we will try and make it so. We joined in a short while by none other than Tol Ass Mo, who I haven't had on this show for a while, but we actually had him on with the Shady podcast not so long ago either. And he's great. He's got lots of things to say. I laughed so hard at that episode that I said to Flex and James, we need to get him on here at some point. So he'll be joining us shortly. And since it's Wednesday, we'll also be doing the window seat. Get a quick look in to where you can be traveling, what you could be doing, all the exciting things that go along with that. So what's happening today? Well, if you were in the US, you would be completely consumed by the conversation about tariffs, a trade war. What is Trump actually doing? Does he know what he's doing? Do other countries in the world have some off ramp to deal with him? Are we going to make great deals, tremendous deals, the greatest deals? We're going to be so big and strong, such beautiful signatures we're going to put on those beautiful deals. That's what they're talking about. I mean, it could be very good. It could be very, very bad. And at this stage, it all looks like a whole lot of gray and not terribly much black and white in terms of actually making sense. So we will see. There was a bit of a bloodbath on Monday on the markets. And I've seen in the last couple of hours that, wow, the rand to the pound was something like 25.25. I just want to double check whether it's, I mean, it won't have got any better since the markets haven't opened really. But here in South Africa, that is not a good number, especially if you are traveling. And we got to talk about that at some point too. But I do think it's probably quite an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, 25 rand and 25 cents for a pound. That's hectic. Imagine you'd booked a trip, a business trip, a family trip or whatever, and you did that last year and you were like, well, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll stay the same. Suddenly not. 25, not great. But as smarter people than I have said, if you're in the market and you're an investor and you didn't sell in a panic on Sunday or Monday, then guess what? You're okay. You didn't lose anything. You still got the shares, the stocks. Might just be a little less valuable right now. But that's like saying, oh, well, I haven't lost anything in Bitcoin because I never put anything into Bitcoin. So it depends on how much you can handle. And Trump, what is he calling them now? He's calling them panicins. We got a lot of panicins. People are telling me that the panicins are out there selling all their stocks. I don't know what this means. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on this stuff. Maybe we'll get to speak to an expert. And then I see our deputy president was caught on film in Waterfall Equestrian Estate where he lives. He lives in a huge, big house. Nobody's entirely sure who bought it for him or whether he paid for it. But Waterfall Equestrian Estate's got to be one of the most expensive neighborhoods in South Africa. It's, large stands, big mansions, people in there, which is in the name, have horses, hence equestrian. And Paul Mashatile, our deputy president, was caught with his cavalcade driving on the wrong side of the road so that he could get home in a hurry. It's this kind of thing. If you really want to piss people off, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars that drive in his cavalcade. 7 cars. Imagine multiplying your fuel bill by 7 and then realizing, oh, wait, it's not my fuel bill. It's the people of South Africa's fuel bill. Because I need all those cars. Because as far as I could tell, there are just thousands of people out there who just like baying for Paul Mashatile's blood. I don't think most people in this country would even recognize Paul Mashatile if he jumped out of their Rice Krispies and bit them on their titties. But there he is, 7 cars deep in his cavalcade, driving home to his Waterfall Equestrian Estate house. Don't know. This seems to be a thing. These ministers are addicted to bodyguards, cars with blue lights, big mansions, fancy living. We know he likes bottle service at the tables. This guy he's enjoying capitalism. He really is. And you should, as long as it's your money. In this case, it isn't. I drove yesterday. I had a couple of appointments I had to go to. And I drove yesterday under one of those derelict e-toll gantries. You know the ones. They're all over the highway. And I suddenly was reminded how, despite all of the things that the government wants to do, raise VAT, create more difficult conditions for business, all sorts of other things, I'm reminded that we as people in this country, we actually have a lot of power. And we have the ability to completely ignore these guys if we decide to. We don't have to follow their dumb rules. And civil disobedience has saved us a lot of money in the past. There were some very dumb people who did pay e-tolls, and we've made fun of them. Leanne Mole, I'm not mentioning any names. But she paid her e-tolls, and I don't know whether it did her any good. I mean, I can only assume it didn't, because she lost the money and she didn't get anything for it, right? It's not as if she suddenly had a better road to travel on than the rest of us. And frankly, they were just levying another illegal tax on us. So despite what they call a legal tax or an illegal tax or a just thing or an unjust thing, it's really up to you to decide. And if enough of us decide we don't like something, we can just ignore them. And that's pretty damn cool. So don't forget it. The power still rests with you. All of that's going on. I also see lots of noise about an interesting chart that was published yesterday. In 1960, they show this chart of Zimbabwe and Botswana, right? So in 1960, they show that Zimbabwe was 4.6 times richer than Botswana. That's in 1960. Then, of course, Zimbabwe went full socialism. They did the land grabs, they did the money printing, and a series of government knows best policies. Botswana embraced property rights and free markets, and by 2011, the average Botswana was 6 times richer than the average Zimbabwean. 6 times. So again, to those in government who are talking about, well, we want to take even more from the South African public, all those in South Africa are saying, I don't know about open free markets or not. Well, there's your answer. Really, you don't need anything more than that. So these things happen. Numbers don't lie. And if you're not learning from the past, you're pretty much guaranteed to repeat it. So an interesting chart that's been doing the rounds. Then they've cloned this dire wolf. Now, only thing I know about dire wolves, and forgive me if this sounds stupid, but I actually didn't know they were a thing. I believe a dire wolf is something that was an actual species of wolf. I had no idea. I thought it was just like a bunch of animals on Game of Thrones. But seemingly the dire wolf, which we thought was extinct, they've managed to genetically re-engineer and obviously implant the genes into an existing embryo given birth to by a wolf or by some kind of dog. I don't even know the details of this, to be fair. And now it is no longer extinct. They've brought back an extinct species from the brink. Not just from the brink, but having been extinct for thousands of years. They say 10,000 years ago was the last time that one of these things walked the planet. And now they've got 2 puppies. So is that a good thing? Do you think it's unethical? Do you think it's scary? And I'm saying, let's have a woolly mammoth next, Could be fun. What other extinct species should we bring back? Could we go full Jurassic Park and have a Brontosaurus? Maybe a T-Rex? Maybe something even more scary than that. And believe me, there were more things that were scarier than that. We've often discussed on the show those huge flying pterodactyls. Can you imagine? You're just chilling in your car in traffic on the N1 highway this morning, and there's this shadow that comes over your car, and you think, that's a big bird. Then it circles around again, and you hear a screech. And then this fucking thing with a beak as long as 3 of your cars, like, just scoops up a whole lot of people. And I'm not so sure I like this idea. But there it is. It's all happening. And then there's the ANC, which continues to do stupid stuff. You've got to ask yourself what the hell's going on there. Because yesterday, all anyone could talk about was, is the GNU over or is it still going to carry on? And it seems to me that neither the ANC nor the DA can actually get out of this. Like, they're both threatening. They're saying, oh, we don't need you, whether it's from the one side or the other. Fikile Mbalula is like yesterday saying, if they want to leave, they must leave. And you've got like John Steenhuisen going, well, if we want to leave, we'll leave. Isn't this like when you invite a couple who you thought were getting along well to your house for a braai or something, and then all they do is bicker and complain about each other, and then when you say, so you two, are you gonna get divorced? They're like, no, we still love each other. Don't know about that. We shall have to see what happens. Okay, so quick story that we've got to get to this morning as well. Apparently, March 2025 marked the hottest March on record in Europe, second hottest globally, extending a historic heat streak that began in July 2023. Now, they say it's boring to talk about the weather. I don't think it's much of a debate that in Gauteng, certainly, we've had like the wettest summer that I can remember. We've had more rain since December, not just over March, but pretty much since December than that I can ever remember. And maybe my memory's shit. If anyone in the comments can countermand me with something that approaches data or statistics, I'd be very pleased to hear from you. So let me know about that, because clearly there's something going on. Now, whether it's climate change or whether it's just the fact that Johannesburg is like a tropical rainforest now, the whole thing has changed. Gee, you saw they're scrapping Skype in May, apparently. I didn't know that. We're going to get rid of Skype completely. I met one of the guys who was an initial investor in Skype, and I met him in San Francisco probably about 8 years ago. And that company was then still worth millions. That was before COVID even. So I think during COVID, the value of that company increased. Now they're scrapping it. I know it was bought. I think it was bought by like Microsoft or something. Anyway, Gareth, when are you going back to writing your blog, says Mary? Actually, since you raised that, I have been thinking about that. And I was thinking the first one I should do is something to do with the overlap between what politics will look like in the age of AI and how you're not going to be able to lie anymore, or lying will become more difficult in the world of AI, which for some politicians is terrible news because all they're good at is lying. But yeah, I'm thinking about that very seriously, and I will keep you updated. Something's going to happen before the end of April, and I'll give you more info as soon as I can. All right, Judas says, good morning, 6:04 a.m., and it's dark outside. Well, it's now 6:15 a.m., Judas, but yeah, it is. It's cold and dark outside, and it's definitely, I mean, summer's gone. Forget about it. A true comrade would add 7 more cars than Paul Mashatile's got because he's not paying. Well, 7 seems like a lot of cars for a guy who really, like, what is Paul Mashatile doing? What does he do every day? Can you tell me 5 things that he does? You remember Elon's famous 5 things you did this week email? If you had to ask Paul Mashatile to tell you what he got up to, just 5 things he did this week, do you think he could tell you? Do you have any idea? Is there something in government that you could point to and go, that's the work of Paul Mashatile? Anything. I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it. And then I'm still getting shit from people who say that I shouldn't have paid my TV license. Bitcoin says, don't pay your tax like a TV license. Fine, fair enough. How about colossal biotech bringing the dire wolf back to life? Yeah, I've just spoken about this, Dirk. They were born last year, but only announced now. They used 13,000, it's not even 10,000. According to Dirk, it's 13,000-year-old DNA to sequence it, and used AI to do the sequencing, which is phenomenal. I'm telling you, this is a very, very exciting time to be alive. I've believed that for 20 years, and so far I have not been disappointed. Direwolves are alive, says Signet. Winter is coming, which is funny. Okay. They made a woolly mouse and they used mammoth DNA. What do you need a woolly mouse? This is like Paul Mashatile. What's the use of it? What does it do? Right? A woolly mouse? No. Woolly mammoth? Sure. Then bring back the masculine man. Well, I don't know if the DNA is still around for that. If we're going to bring back anything or anyone, let it be Madiba. We have useless dinosaurs already, says Biasin. I don't think he wants to come back. I mean, given half a chance, if you had died in 2013 and I said to you, now you have to come back and fix this country, look how much more they've fucked up since 2013. I don't think he wants back. I think leave the man alone. Bring back Jesus and take him to the club. Get him a girlfriend and a wife so he can make Jesus babies, says Mapelo. You're very, very blasphemous in the opinion of some people, I'd think. How can a 10,000-year-old DNA be brought back, though? Lab DNA manipulation? Well, Judas, we could find DNA samples in not fossils necessarily, because fossils are petrified bone, but you can find in the Jurassic Park example, in amber, you would find very, very, very old DNA that would mostly, if you find the right sample, you'd be able to ascertain some parts of the DNA structure. Now, using machine learning and using the incredible computing abilities of so many of these machines, you'd be able to put together a fairly robust, fairly accurate version of whatever the chromosomes in that ancient sample might be. And you could then, through gene editing, which is already something which we're becoming better and better at, you'd be able to insert essentially new genes into living DNA. So they would take modern wolves, for example. I'd imagine that's the closest, although I stand to be corrected. And then you would introduce the new genes into the living wolf DNA, the new genes being the very old genes of the dire wolf. And then you'd be able to create something which may or may not be able to grow inside the womb of a modern wolf. I mean, it's wild. It's just absolutely incredible. TP says, Buddha here in Brits are suffering without the sun, crops getting way too much water. Yeah, look, it seems scary to me that obviously we have all this rain, and there are good and bad things about that. But one of the big problems is that when you have too much rain, then it can affect agriculture negatively, just like too little rain can. And it's not even funny. Like Johannesburg has turned, the climate here is now tropical. That's what it is. Let's just take a look at one or two of these comments quickly. Henny says, Durban's annual rainfall is between 1,000 and 1,200 millimeters. We've already had more than 700 millimeters, and we're 3 months into 2025. Listen, it's crazy. It really is. South Africans are really can really tolerate nonsense from these politicians. We know when they start, where they stay. Go figure. Yeah. I saw Paul Mashatile and about 8 of his family members at Signature a few years ago. It's about 1,000 rand a head for a meal there. Proper socialist, that guy. And Sango saying, we don't have potholes, we have swimming pools. Yes, I have to drive so carefully a couple of roads now where I know the potholes. It's almost like burnt into my memory. So now I know where to avoid them. And I'm pretty good at it. I'm driving like a Formula One driver. It's phenomenal. Okay, then Mapelo says, what does he say here? Oh, no, it's Yonder. Sorry, Yonder says, the Earth and our galaxy move through hot and dense areas in the universe. Our sun also gets hotter and hotter, so of course we will have fluctuating weather and extremeness. You sound like a climate denier, but let's not get into that. Tol Ass Mo is here. I'm so happy to see you, dude.
I'm happy to see you too.
What happened to you?
What happened to me? What, this morning?
Yeah, I mean, we were going to start at 6, but it's fine.
Oh, man. You guys, today I was actually at my mother's house, so they had to pick me up all the way in the East Rand.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a terrible place for your mother to live.
Yeah, no.
Where's she in the East Rand?
Benoni, Kempton Park.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. Born and raised.
How are you?
I'm blessed.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful morning. Good morning to everybody out there, man.
Dude, you did the funniest episode with the Shady guys, with Boris and PH. I loved it so much. I laughed from beginning to end. And I suddenly remembered, like, you are absolutely one of South Africa's funniest people.
Yeah,
and no one since has even come close.
Oh, man. I guess that's why I'm an Emmy-nominated stand-up comedian.
There we go. I didn't introduce you properly. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Emmy-nominated stand-up comedian and South African homegrown talent, Tol Ass Mo.
Good morning. It's a wonderful morning. It's a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way.
I love it. Oh, dude. I was
Yeah.
just talking about these. They've brought back this wolf that they thought was extinct with 13,000-year-old DNA.
That's crazy. They did it with the woolly mammoth first.
Well,
bro.
I think they tried. They haven't actually made one.
Uh-huh.
They made like a woolly mouse.
It didn't work out.
No, but apparently they're working on the woolly mammoth. I don't know. I'm just scared that they decide to bring back some serious ass dinosaurs.
Dude,
That would be.
I don't know what it is.
Imagine they
doing.
let those things loose. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That'll activate some primal shit in us. You want to see people running and screaming? Just give them a.
But don't you think that politicians have got a bit of like, dinosaur DNA? Like especially, the guys at the
dinosaurs of the
treasury.
old regime.
Yeah, they've got T-Rex arms. They can't reach for their pockets. Oh, I'm trying to pay the client.
But no, they've got very long arms because they can reach into yours.
Oh my gosh.
That's what they're doing. Sons of bitches.
Yeah, man.
But you remember how they used to call, like right after 94, they'd say, the dinosaurs of the old regime.
Yes.
When they were talking about the Nationalist Party, right?
Yeah, now.
So
who
now,
are the dinosaurs now?
well, the funny thing is, whenever my dad starts talking about, the old days, I say, you a dinosaur of the old regime? Yo, he gets cross. Still, to this day, it works.
I think that scientists right now are like, discovering some crazy shit, Gareth. I mean, first and foremost, you remember they found that zombie bacteria in Antarctica.
Jesus, I'm scared of that stuff,
and then the
man.
scientist injected himself with that shit, right?
Yeah, but a guy like that must be kept in Antarctica.
No, he's insane, bro. It's insane. So I think that these guys trying to bring back prehistoric animals is like it's a freak force of nature. I think they were wiped out for a reason.
I don't know about you, but I do this with a lot of my friends. We actually talk about the zombie apocalypse a lot.
Dude, listen here, Gareth. If you want to survive the apocalypse, bro, you better be friends with me.
You have to have a plan.
No,
and you have to have a plan.
I'm a doomsday prepper, sort of like kind of vibe. Yeah, my grandmother's always been.
Because I remember when you were living on those small holdings in Pretoria.
Yes, at a farm.
Yeah, and you had like you had guns.
Yes.
You had all kinds of shit going on there.
Yeah.
You still doing that?
I'm still hunting. Yeah.
Tell you what, during the zombie apocalypse, you're a good guy to know.
No, definitely, and I'm a gamer as well. So listen here, bro. There's nothing I don't know about zombies, bro. Headshots, baseball bats. There's a game called Dead or Alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've played all 3 versions from PlayStation 2 all the way to the latest version now, which really sucks.
This is your prep.
Yeah, that's my prep, my bro.
I think that there are very few guys that I've ever met who, when they're with their friends, don't talk about like who would be on their zombie apocalypse team, what they need, where they would go first, what they would try to secure, who they'd feed to the zombies.
Secure the mall first, bro. That's
the mall.
Yeah, secure the mall.
Pharmacies?
Yeah.
No, let's get into this because pharmacies, supermarkets, obviously that's not going to last long because the fresh stuff's not going
to die out.
But you want cans of stuff.
Macro.
You want guns.
Yes. You have to
ammo.
lock it down.
Macro is a good one.
You'd have to defend. I didn't know it was a good idea too.
So you'd need to defend macro, but that would be a good place to, if you could own that.
Yeah, no, you're nice.
Oh, then you're good. Time. Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, live on noodles.
And then you would need. You'd need a place where you could watch what was going on all around you because other people are scarier than zombies, right?
True.
So you need a place that's high up where you only have one access point.
Northcliffe. Yeah, but the water tower.
Because the other side is like sheer. Right?
Oh shit! Yeah, no, the other side is not proper. But you can see everything. You can see the whole situation. You can see those hordes of zombies just rushing up the mountain. Like, oh man!
And you'd be able to see where they were like burning down the rest of the city.
Damn straight. You can see everything from there.
Avoid those areas wherever there are fires, stay away.
Yeah, definitely. Stay away from the township. I don't think, actually, come to the township because zombies, I don't think they'll reach.
I know, they're a bit scared of the township. Even the government was scared of the township during COVID, remember? They didn't go in there. They didn't fuck with that stuff.
Not at all.
You would have to raid police stations. Oh, wait, says Duncan. Yeah.
But they don't have guns, bruh. They get robbed all the time anyway, so what are we going to find, bruh?
Apparently, Jason says if you attack the SARS building, that's a good place because even the zombies will try to avoid their taxes. Oh man,
James, is it Jason? Jason Styles? No, definitely. Zombies don't have to pay. Don't have to pay tax. Huh?
No.
Just live a
So,
free life.
so what's been happening with you? What are you up to?
Gareth, I've
No,
opened
give me
up
a
a
little
new
update.
gaming space.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I saw you talking about this on X yesterday.
yes. So basically what we do is I'm a fourth industrial revolutionist over and above me being a comedian and a former restaurateur. I'm no longer in that restaurant business. I had to get out of that
Jeez,
stuff.
what? Yeah,
It's a really
that's
cutthroat
tough.
business,
That is
bro.
such a tough
Yes,
business.
bro. Worrying about chicken wings and shit, ribs. Oh my God. And the cannabis at the same time. It's like, what? Yo, man, I can't do it, bro. I couldn't do it anymore, man. Just a little bit too hectic. So I went back to my passion business. I opened this business in 2018.
Yeah.
So it's something that I've been running, like, but not really putting my full energy into it.
Yeah.
So right now, I've put in my full energy into it. The reason why I'm staying at my mother's house in Tembisa right now is because one of my grandfather's factories was left to me. So I've taken over the factory.
Okay.
So we're busy doing renovations for the past 7 days. We started actually on the 1st of April. So today is what, the 6th or the 7th
What
day.
kinds of stuff do they make in this factory?
We refurbish, build, and service arcade machines, pinballs, snooker
You
tables.
are kidding. That is
foosball.
fantastic.
Bro, you must check my collection of pinball tables. Now.
Oh, but
yeah.
also what a great business to be in, because there are places all over South Africa where that is what people want to do.
True.
People are desperate for entertainment. They want to do something. And many people, they don't want to play games on their own at home.
Yes.
They'd rather be with their friends doing it somewhere where they can enjoy each other's company. Yeah.
So what we do with the gaming is that we don't just only focus on renting, selling, and hiring the machines.
Yeah.
What we also do, we look at lifestyle and eventing as well. So, for example, our latest gig was with DJ Zintle and Morda. They had an event called The Vault, where Zintle, at the Aero House, she does a whole setup in the back garden. Yeah. And there's different vibes going on. There's a bar, Cavassier was there, and Morda was releasing his new album, and he was selling his clothes. And then he had Zintle's got like a beautiful Wendy house in the back of her garden. So she booked me to turn that into a man cave, like where we could put in games and stuff like that, arcade machines, PlayStation 5s, all that stuff. And I bring all my retros because I still have my golden china from when I was 6.
So I remember when I was a kid, we used to go, my parents would go to some restaurant, and then the kids, we would go and play arcade games. Because there was one.
It has to be Spur.
I can't remember where it was.
No, back in the day,
honestly,
just bimbos.
But something like that.
But
I remember there was one of those old ones with the joystick and the 4 buttons.
Yes, that's the ones I built.
There was a game called Double Dragon.
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
I had that on Nintendo and Atari, bro.
I loved that game so much. You like fight.
Yes, you have to go rescue the girl who got kidnapped.
Yeah, you have to go and rescue this chick from these bad guys. But it was such a lot of fun. And I mean, you just never had enough money to keep playing.
No, you don't. The credit system on those arcade machines, I think in America, they kind of warned those machines off because it kind of encouraged gambling for kids as well.
Yeah, but also, I mean,
steal your mom's change.
If I think about how long ago it was that I played on an arcade game like that, that was probably like the currency before.
Yeah, just 20-cent coins, bro. The big silver one.
The big silver one.
Yes, bro.
Can you still make those?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's cool.
Look, dude, I should actually build you guys an arcade machine.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
Do you know what? The crazy thing is that I've learned the system so well. Actually, I was mentored by a guy called George Tivas.
Yeah.
And George Tivas has been in the coining and vending machine business for generations. Like his family has handed it over. Like his great granddad was one of the first people to create those, those machines at Magic Company.
Yes.
The ones that push the coins like that.
Of course.
He's behind that. So it's called the Gravitas. So they use like a Gravitas system, and
I love that.
It rips you off, bruh.
Of course it does.
Yeah, no, you never win.
Have you seen that
things.
TV show where they have like a big monster fucking version of that?
Yes.
It's called it's on some English TV show. Again, they have these big fat coins, and these things come down, and you have to try and aim it, and then it's meant to knock all the other coins
out. You never win that shit, bro.
Because it's like magnetized or some shit. They've got it. It's cheating somehow, right?
So his dad, George, Mr. Tivas, the first.
Yeah.
Basically, he created this crazy gambling machine, right? Where it's like a perspex board that has got like little clips that stick out like that, and you have to hoy your coin in.
Yeah.
Then the coin hits the things, and then wherever it lands is where you get your prize. So they started out with that thing back in Hillbrow back in the day, and then that thing started popping off. They started building arcade machines, got into snooker tables and so forth. So I chilled with George for a good 5 to 7 years, bro, like learning his business, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, learning his business, and he was teaching me how
so now you got this factory, so you can make shit like this.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and we're currently like right now, it's like we're planning on opening the factory end of April. We want to open our doors end of April, but we also a community outreach program. So we teach the local community members how to build these arcade machines, how to make them for themselves for business. At the same time, we're giving them an entrepreneurial spirit. That listen.
So what are the rules? Because I mean, as I understand it, like some of these vending machines, stroke playing machines, stroke arcade machines.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it is technically, like you said, gambling.
That's why in
So
South
are there
Africa,
rules about it? Because I mean,
Yes.
gambling is everywhere, right?
Yes,
You
there
see
is.
people who during their lunch hour will go to one of these gambling establishment and they like put $50 on this, the 20 Rand there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not rich people.
Yes, it's not.
It's not
like
people
everyday
betting
typical
100,000 Rand and losing it in some fancy casino.
Yes, it's the 50s,
This is
the
like
100s,
the little
the
bits,
20s.
but
Yeah.
everyone is doing it.
It's a multi-million rand business. Now, let me explain something. When we registered back in 2017 as a gaming business, CIPC kicked our registration back. We reapplied again, they kicked it back, and then we had to do furthermore inquiry as to why is our gaming company not being registered. Then they came back to us to say that the word gaming, any company with the name gaming affiliated to it, needs to have a gambling license. Because in South Africa, gaming is considered betting. Gaming is gambling.
Because they don't call anything what it really is.
Exactly.
I mean, for fuck's sake, we've got a word for that. It's called gambling. Why did you lose the B, right? Why'd you throw the B out, you sons of bitches? Because you did that. You know, it's called the Gauteng Gambling Board, but then they call it gaming.
Gaming now, yeah.
Stop it.
So we couldn't register at all.
Isn't gaming what you do on the
PlayStation? Yes. That's what it is.
People,
right?
These guys, AI must come and take over our government.
Sorry,
seriously, it's CIPC. You know what the CIPC is? What is that? The people you have to register your company with and all of the. What the fuck are they doing renaming stuff?
Dude, so I had to go to...
Nobody even knows what CIPC stands for.
I don't know, right? I don't know. I had to go to the National Gambling Board.
Oh, you're
right?
joking.
And I had to kick doors down, bro. I'm like, listen here, my kids, we are registering our company as a gaming company because internationally, gaming is still gaming.
That's right. Yes.
It's not gambling.
No.
So how am I supposed to affiliate with international companies or participate in tournaments if I don't own a gaming company? So they wrote us a letter that exempted us from the word gaming, that we are actually the real game.
So you had to get some government official to stamp something.
National Gambling Board, correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and we also had
I'm sure it cost you money.
Yes, it did.
Oh, my God.
We also actually stood up in Parliament. In 2019, we were part of the Department of Telecommunications and Postal Services.
People watching this are going, no, it can't be Mo. He just talks shit and makes people laugh. Here you are going to Parliament and sending letters to the CIPC.
Dude, you
and the
fucking went to Parliament to Timo Touch to fight for data.
I did.
You wanted to make data 5 rand, and then I don't know what the hell happened. Then
well, they ignored us.
They ignored you guys.
They ignored us.
Because it just ended up
we
like,
tried.
oh, and I was actually with you guys then. I was at the Cliff.
Cliff Central. Yeah,
Cliff Central. Yes, when you guys were fighting for. Data must be reduced.
We went, and you know who it was? It was that Minister Kubai, who I don't know if she's still around or not, but she was like, "Oh, it's nice to have you guys here." She was all very sweet, and then as soon as we walked out, she ignored.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
That's what I realized as well. Like,
politicians.
if you get a politician's number, trust you me, call it tomorrow. You will not get through. It happened to Gates McKenzie. I met Gates McKenzie just the other fucking day.
He doesn't return calls anymore.
No, he doesn't, bro. And he's
and you got to get a stamp and a letter like you did with a gambling board. Gaming, gambling.
Yeah.
Yes.
They put those things right next to each other. Now, the problem is this. In the townships, there's this new gaming machine that has come out that the Pakistanis, the Somalians, all these small establishment tuck shops they use, and they've got like small jackpots, 200 rand, 500 rand jackpots, but there's no age restriction as to who can play this
so
thing.
The kids are doing it.
Yeah, during break, bro. After school, you get like kids in school uniform, freaking addicted to gambling on these machines.
Listen, if you can get people when they're at that age, anywhere between 10 and 16, you got them for life. Whether it's cigarettes, whether it's vapes, whether it's booze, whether it's gambling, whether it's sex, they get addicted for life.
Look at me, cigarettes, man. I fell in love with cigarettes when I was, the age of 9. I started smoking at 9 because I saw those Lexington ads.
Are you still on there?
Yes, I still smoke.
Still smoke.
Yeah, I would never vape, man. That shit is, man.
Okay, so that's interesting because I started kind of casually vaping at New Year, last year, this year.
And?
Well, no, I mean, I'm not going out and buying one every week.
Yeah.
But I find it something to do.
Yeah, I feel
You know, like I'm one of those unfortunate, fucked up people who I've got to have more than one thing to do at a time.
Yes, I feel you.
You know, it's like those people who click a pen, or
Yeah.
those people who they can pretend. I'm not very good at multitasking.
Yeah.
They can pretend to be emailing at the same time as
And
they're in a
talking.
meeting.
Nah, I can't do that.
So I can't do that.
Can't do that shit,
But
man.
I need to be doing more than one thing at a time, which is why actually I love this show, because I can sit here
Mhm.
and I'm totally focused for 2 hours.
I feel you.
That I can manage.
Yeah.
But it's because there's so much happening, right?
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
listening to you. I'm thinking, what are we going to do
Getting the
next?
comments
We've
online.
got comments coming in. We've got
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff happening.
I feel you.
So it feels like you're plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm sitting in a meeting and people are talking boring shit,
Yeah.
I
You need
I
something.
literally feel myself like falling
Oh
asleep
man.
all the
I must
time.
get you a handheld, bro. You still remember Game Boy Advance? Game Boy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So those are back
Yeah.
now, but they've put a different
But you
operating
can't sit
system.
there in a meeting doing
you
that.
can't,
People will think
actually.
you're very, you know,
Yeah, you're right.
that's disruptive and
Yeah.
rude. And
If it's a Zoom, then fuck them. Just
that made a lot of us,
Yeah.
especially those of us who do struggle to concentrate. You're one of those as
yes,
well.
bruh. I really have a big time struggling
shit.
concentrating. That's why I've
Yo.
never played. I've turned down a lot of acting roles because I get extremely bored playing the same guy over and over.
Really?
Yeah, like 21 days playing the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck out of here, bro. I'll
So
get
like
bored.
soaps or whatever.
Yeah, no ways, bro. No. That's like, it's proper 9 to 5 in yourself now, bro. It's like, why are you going to do that? You're a freelancer, bro. You're
Yeah.
supposed to live a free life. You shouldn't feel like you're locked down to a routine unless it's your own thing.
Yeah. If you choose it.
Yeah,
Sure.
if it's your own thing, then fuck it.
No,
That's why I
so
only
to-
do sketches.
So
and
to go
stuff.
back, you still smoke.
Yeah.
And the same brand?
Same brand. No, actually, no.
You
When I
changed
started
brand?
smoking cigarettes, I was smoking Rothmans Red. Then,
Rothmans of Pall Mall.
yes. Then I tried Stuyvesant Red, and all my friends were like, "Oh, you're smoking Garden Boy cigarettes." I'm like, "Oh, fuck this shit." Threw that away.
Oh,
And
is
then-
that what those are?
Yeah, they're called
Do they
Garden
call
Boy
them-
cigarettes.
I-
Yeah, it's very cruel shit to say. But anyway, then I went on to Lexington because the ads.
That's the one.
The ads were so super dope, and Camel as well. You get that guy with the 5 o'clock shave, and his
Yeah, he was
lips
a
are
real
crusty.
man, that camel
Yeah,
man.
he was fucking real sunburned, skin flaky, fucking walking through a desert, punches a camel.
Yeah, no one fucked with the camel man.
Nah, no one fucked with the Camel man. So, I mean, I grew up in that era. I mean, I grew up watching Lucky Luke. He
Yeah.
could roll a joint with one hand.
Right.
And his-
Do you remember when cigarettes were everywhere?
everywhere.
They were on planes.
Yeah, I could smoke an aeroplane.
There were cigarettes in restaurants. People would have cigarettes.
Yeah, everywhere. In school, my teacher used to smoke in the classroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had a headmaster in primary school. That guy, he had such a habit.
Yeah.
He went through a pack and a half a day.
Yeah, it's possible. And when you leave it
The
on his
whole time.
ashtray and let the smoke just.
Oh no, he'd only put his cigarette down to give you a fucking smack with a cane. He'd give us a hiding.
Corporal punishment.
His name was Mr. Stride, and he'd stand there in assembly and he'd go. Like a real old smoker's cough. And the guy, and
I've got that too.
he'd smoke during, like, he gave us a couple of classes as well. And he'd smoke the whole way through class.
Yeah,
It was
doesn't care.
awesome.
They
Didn't give
never
a
cared,
shit. Like, none of those kids were going, we've got
can't
secondhand
breathe.
smoke. Yeah, I can't.
The
Please,
environment.
Mr. Stride, please put out your cigarette. He would have put it out in your eye, man. Fuck.
Yeah, man, that was the 90s, man. And can I tell you something crazy, bro? My family moved to Kempton Park in 1990,
Yeah.
right? And that was still like in the heat of shit.
Yeah, of course.
And my cousins and I were the first black people in Kempton Park Primary.
Jesus.
So I got my cousin and I, and my neighbor who are the same age, are in grade 1. Then I got my aunts and uncles who are in like standard 1, standard 3 at the time in Kempton
Right.
Park Primary. And dude, every single day walking back and forth from school was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
The kids from Juchland High would, you know, they all, I don't know what it is, but
And the
Afrikaans
fucking
kids,
dogs.
they all got
And the
scooters
dogs.
and the dogs as well.
People underestimate the dogs.
Chesses, bro. And they don't mind letting those fuckers out, eh?
Yeah. No, if you were a black man in the 90s,
Yeah.
walking through the suburbs, because those dogs weren't like behind, there were no gates and
No,
walls
the
there.
fence,
Fucking thing would run. Yeah.
Jump over. Oh my gosh. Man, I grew up hard. Oh man, I grew up hard, bro. And then my grandfather was like, because we'd come back to my grandfather and tell him, like, yo, listen, we need to go back to the hood, yo. This is not life, dog. This is not life, bro. We're getting bullied every day. We're getting Then my grandfather was like, no, fuck you guys, then I'll take you out of Kempton Park Primary. Then he took us to Sagewood.
Which is?
Sagewood is all the way in Midrand, in Nordweg.
Shit.
So we studied in Sagewood. And then when we got to Sagewood, we realized like only halfway through the year, there's a fucking Hindu school. So here we are, fucking meditating. We're Christians. Fucking giving fruits to Hare Krishna.
So you were making offerings. That's so funny.
My parents were wondering, why is it that you guys have to bring fruits every day? I'm like, shit, we don't even eat the fucking fruits.
You put them there.
We put them there and watch them rot, bro.
That's so great.
And they taught us like secret words, like we had a meditation room, and they say you can levitate if you focus on ing. And you think that, oh man, I'm fucking floating. My friends would lie to me, dude. My eyes would close. I fucking swear to you, I levitated, dude. And then the worst thing fucking happens, right? End of the year, like all the time at Sage, you would have concerts and shit. So that year, for some reason, they decided to book fucking PJ Powers. Okay? Of all the people in the world, bro, fucking PJ Powers. Dude, we think we were gonna get some crazy artist, and the principal's like, are you ready for PJ Powers?
Tandega. You remember? All the people sing and dance. Chabulani.
We booed her, bro. We booed her off stage. The whole primary school got to teach like you never ever disrespect visitors like that. But like fuck, PJ Powers, bro. Nah, bro. Hold on. And the funny thing is, right? Later on in life, how the world does a 360.
So great.
Later on in life, I did a commercial with PJ Powers, Joe Mafela. Hot
Did you tell her the story?
I told her the story.
Did she laugh?
Like a motherfucker.
I'm sure.
And she remembers performing at Sagewood and getting booed off by all these fucking primary kids, bro.
I'm sure she's over it, but still.
Yeah, man.
She's got a great sense of humor.
She is, and she's still performing to this day. I was with her actually at the Gaten McKenzie gig. He did some, Gaten McKenzie did some event celebrating 21 years of boxing in South Africa.
Okay.
And he was giving away some really stupid shit. We are going to give away the belts for all the guys that won a match but didn't get a belt. To all the referees that gone to the fucking ring without a referee's t-shirt. We have printed out.
This is the shit he was doing.
Bro, this is other boxer. This other boxer legend guy. He's been boxing for fucking years. Nobody knows him. He looks like fucking Frank Sinatra. Like he's got that look, he's got the hat, everything, and he's like a legend, whatever. And they bring him up on the stage. They're like, we are going to give this legend here 10,000 rand right now. Then his PA comes, does the transfer. Then the PA is like,
no.
Here's the transfer.
It's so embarrassing,
bro.
Yes, sis.
It was extremely embarrassing, bro. For me, it was like, and I'm like, dude, if the Department of Arts, Sports and Culture is still tackling stuff like that, like giving out t-shirts,
handing out t-shirts and 10,000 rand.
Nah, bro.
I mean, it's embarrassing, right? And then you hear, and I wanted to know what you thought of this because it was in the news on Monday.
Yeah,
it's like some other South African artist died penniless the other day, and there was a fundraiser held for them. I mean, it's so sad that these people who've been singers, actors, performers, they obviously can't look after whatever money they made when they were making it.
Yeah.
But also, there isn't that much money in entertainment in this country. We always expect that our artists are going to retire like they're a Hollywood superstar.
Yes.
They don't have that kind of money.
PJ Powers is still fucking performing to this day.
Exactly.
She was at that Gaten McKenzie gig. I saw her again. I give her a hug. She's like, oh, don't hold me like that. I'm like, why? It's like, I got a spinal cord operation. I got fucking 5 plates going into my back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? PJ's way past your bedtime, bro.
She's great. You know what? We must get her in here at some point, James.
Bro.
She's lots of fun.
She's a legend, bro. She is a legend.
I remember her telling me that when she was, because she had severe alcoholic addiction, right? Yeah. And she was like spraying hairspray into her mouth.
It's crazy.
Because they'd hidden all the alcohol from her.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, yes, sis.
When she told me those stories, bro, I couldn't believe it, bro. Because we did an ad together. We were the first faces of Mzansi Magic. The concept was called, Mzansi, from Fantuka to the future. So there's Joe Mafela and all the legends handing over to who they think is next. You know, so Joe Mafela handed to me, PJ Powers handed to Bailey Ray. I don't remember what the girl's artist name. Beautiful Caucasian girl. You must
a Caucasian girl.
Call me. And then, then everybody else, all the legends were handing over to other people.
You know, there's a guy at my gym who looks exactly like Joe Mafella.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Does he get, like, you know,
he even puts the
shout-outs?
comb. You remember how Joe Mafella used to put that comb in his head?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, man.
I miss that guy, bro.
Yeah,
Actually, now the Comics Choice Awards has got a Joe Mafella Legendary Award for Vermaak comedians. Yeah.
No, you've pretty much won all the awards you can win in comedy.
Nah,
no,
not
I think
really.
You have.
I just don't participate in the Comics Choice Awards, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but that's become
it's redundant, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't make any sense.
But you did in the time.
In the beginning,
you won. Yeah.
Yes, in the beginning, definitely. When John Flismus left and Tafia left, I was like, fuck it. I think I've done my.
So who do you
shit.
rate at the moment? Come, let's get
right
serious here. Yeah, right now. Who do you rate now? Because you know more about what's going on than I. What's that, James? Oh shit! Hang on, hold that thought. You want to hear who Tol Ass? No, we'll get to it. Tol Ass Mo, you want to hear who he thinks is worth paying attention to in comedy? You're gonna have to stick around for a little bit. We do this thing on a Wednesday every second week where we do the window seat. We travel.
Oh,
so we're going to go traveling now. So you want to hear about this? All right, let's pay attention now, Mo.
Okay.
This is very important. So we've got someone called who's the operations manager at Wild Horizons in Cape Town. So this is what they do. You know, they do the helicopter things. You can go abseiling. You can go to the waterfront. You can go shark cage diving.
Shit. Wait.
You heard of these, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's take a look, because here is Thomas to talk to us. Hey, Thomas, how are you?
Hi, good, and yourself?
Nice to see you, man. Mo says he thinks he knows what we're talking about here, but I've actually seen some of your activities that you guys do, and it's phenomenal. I've also been to the Wild Horizons at Victoria Falls, which is also amazing. But in Cape Town, you guys have got some tremendous stuff here. And by the way, Mo, just so that you and everybody else knows, you have been involved in mountain guiding. You're a paramedic, an adventure tourism specialist.
Shit.
You also focus on high-risk activities, which I think a lot of people absolutely love. And your goal is to deliver thrilling and unforgettable experiences while maintaining a strong emphasis on safety. So let's go straight to the...
What are you, Bear Grylls?
Yeah, he's like...
He's like blood.
He is like Bear Grylls. So let's go straight to the 3 Wild Horizons Cape Town adventures, and you can tell us about some of these high-risk activities.
Cool. So I'll start off with probably the most fun, in my opinion, is Cape Town Abseil.
Nice.
It is a commercial rappelling business down a cliff face on Table Mountain, the iconic Table Mountain.
Yeah.
And you rappel down 112 meters down a cliff face. So thrill-seeking, fantastic views of the Camps Bay area as you go down the cliff face.
Give us the demographics of the people that go down that cliff. Really, really. Really, I know it's 20%, 20% black, 80% Caucasian. I just give it. No, really. Because I'm not doing that shit, my guy. I can't. Really. Off a cliff.
It is pretty scary, though, huh? I mean, 100 and how many meters?
It's 112 meters, but the exposure looks worse because we're starting at about 1,065 meters. So it looks a lot worse than that.
He's not making it better for me.
Start off, but it's extremely fun. It's a 3-tier abseil. So you start off the cliff face, a little rock step, another cliff face, and then there's a 50-meter section where there's no rock at all.
The demographic I'm interested in is how many women want to do this?
So you'll be actually surprised. We have actually more women clients than men. And also most of the women are over the age of 40.
No ways. You got old bags going down there and rappelling off the cliff face.
Women are brave now. They don't care.
Yes, they don't care anymore.
Fuck you, man. We can do it. Throw me off the cliff, Gareth.
All right. So, I mean, that's pretty wild. I love this. And, of course, your view from up there must be extraordinary, right? You get to see everything.
Yes. It's spectacular. So you look obviously over the ocean. You can see Robben Island on the distance, Lion's Head, and then the 12 Apostles on your right-hand side. So it's a spectacular view. You can't beat it. Honestly, you can't beat it. And it's on that iconic 7th wonder of the world.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's Table Mountain. Everybody knows it. And very few people, I think, have gone up and down it this way. So that's pretty exciting. How do you get up there to start this?
So you would have to, obviously, you got two options. Either you can hike up.
Yeah.
So that's the more adventurous option.
Mhm.
Always would recommend that. Or you could take the cable car to the top.
Okay.
I'll
good.
definitely hike up the top, bro. I think that's a much more fun experience.
Okay, well, I'll take the cable car because
Yeah.
I'll be so tired by the top there. I wouldn't want to come
No,
down.
and I'm a Sangoma as well, so I might come across some
Yeah.
hebs.
No, you
You
are.
know? Yeah.
People don't know this about Tol Ass. He's also a Sangoma.
Yes.
Okay, but Thomas, now let's just talk about this because kids, and I do want to move on to the other ones as well, but my nephews are 8 and 10, and they go to these wall climbing things.
Oh, yeah.
These rock climbing things. They know how to do this.
Popular now,
They
those
know
things.
how to do this rappelling thing. And
Yeah.
I think they would be better than me at this stuff. Is there a lowest age limit for people doing this?
So we don't have a low age limit. It's basically based on your size. So if you can fit correctly into our smallest harness, you could do the activity. Basically, normally we say it's around about 40 kilograms and above. That just allows us to obviously make sure you can definitely fit into our extra small harness. But if obviously your kid is small enough or you require like a really small harness, we can obviously bring that in, but that's only on special request.
What about the fat ones?
Gareth, what the hell?
Our harness breaking strength is actually 2.5 tons. So it'll be able to take, basically, if you can fit into the harness, we'll send you down.
I win.
My fat level.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you know what, gentle brother? I don't know if you also do the helicopter rides and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, we've got other things like, for example, you got that boat, don't you?
Yeah. So we have a sailing boat at Waterfront Adventures. So that is skippered by a guy called Lucky. It's a schooner, a gaff rig schooner. That boat's been in the waterfront since the waterfront basically started. Basically, yeah, a proper sailing boat. And then we have Escape Cat, which is our luxurious catamaran.
What is that? Wait. Slow down, gentle Caucasian. Catamarais.
Catamaran.
Catamaran.
Yeah, it's a kind of
sounds
boat.
like a fruit, like a very expensive fruit. Yeah. Catamaran.
No,
fruit.
it's a very expensive boat. It's
like
a
a
very
yacht.
nice boat. Yeah. That's the luxury way of going.
Is the catamaran boat the one with like 3 sections? Like it's got the middle section, then it's got
what,
things.
2 hulls, right?
Yes, so it's got 2 hulls. Obviously, the center cockpit area. Then you have the trampoline, which is where all the women like to go and get their Instagram pictures.
Yes.
As the sun sets and you have Table Mountain in the background with a nice glass of champagne in your hand.
I went
Smart.
Music's blaring and everyone's partying. It's a fantastic boat.
That sounds good. Okay, but the one that Tol Ass and I are probably the least likely to do is the shark adventure.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay, so this is and my brother went and did this once and he loved it. So apparently you guys can put us in a shark cage and you can actually go and be right up close to the sharks. Is that right?
Yes. So we have Cape Shark Adventures. It's all the way out in Gansbaai. It's about a 3-hour drive from Cape Town. Basically, you get driven on the boat to a marine protected area. They put a cage into the water, and then you get to basically, I don't want to say swim, but float around in the water while observing, obviously, the sharks swimming past you. It's a fantastic experience. You can see anything from great whites to bronze whalers to.
Where are we when these things are swimming past us? Where are we? Are we inside the cage?
Yeah.
You said we're floating, so I'm shocked here. Are we floating inside the cage?
Yes. So in the cage, you're protected on all 4 sides, and then you have a wetsuit, goggles, and you get to obviously put your head under the water and actually watch the shark swim past. Looking at you.
Wait.
So now, look. Now I come from the township. When I call an animal, it's when you want it to go away, it's footek. Now you are in the ocean. The shark is coming. You can't say footek. You can't call the bloody fucking. So what are you using to attract these sharks?
So we use basically a byproduct of the salmon industry. So basically, it's all the offcuts that would normally just go to this basically the scrap or the scrap yard, and then we throw it into the water just enough to create like a scent trail. And then the shark's inquisitive and they come looking around. No, so they come swim past to see what's the scent, and then they go away. Yeah.
Yo, bangan yo.
No, definitely. Please, can I have middle center? I'm definitely not going into. Is that a great white, bruh?
Yes, that looks like a great white.
Yo.
So tell me something, dude. Gareth and I earlier on were talking about prehistoric animals and scientists bringing back woolly mammoths and T-Rexes and stuff. Do you think that the it was called the megalodon? What do you call it?
Megalodon. Yeah.
Megalodon. That one on that movie with the
Jeez, that's a scary ass shark.
Yes, that thing exists, bro. Do you get sharks like that? Be serious, my brother. Please.
What's the biggest one you've seen?
I've seen a 4.5 meter, but it was a bronze whaler. So it's a nice big shark. They're a bit more docile than obviously a great white, but a shark's a shark. And when you're in the water, it's a shark's a shark.
It's a shark.
It's still beautiful. It's beautiful to see in the water, but also scary.
It is. It's very scary.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one I'm least likely to do. Okay, I like the abseiling. I like the waterfront adventures, but you can count Mo and I out of the sharks.
Definitely so. But what we can say is all the best. Just keep those ears in that cage, my man. Because really, your ears, if they stick out that cage.
You know what? If anything sticks out of the cage, you got to be careful. Bro. You put your hand out slightly. Anything, it'll take you out. All right, well, I love this. So
me too, man.
If you want to find out more, you can go to travel.co.za. You can make your dream holiday a reality, and you can get hold of Thomas Vermaak and the rest of the team at Wild Horizons in Cape Town. I love this.
Travel.co.za.
Yeah. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. This is great. What you guys are doing is making Cape Town a hell of a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love to put some politicians in that cage, and then you just forget. Someone just forgets to lock the things so that the shark can get
Let's
in.
Let's start with Blade Zimande first. Don't worry, we'll find the cage big enough for Gwedi as well. Please, make a plan. How can we forget you, Gwedi?
Oh, I love it. All right, Thomas, thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Thanks.
Awesome, man. All right, yes, dude, shark cage diving, I won't do that.
I can't do that, Gareth. I don't lie. You know, when
I don't want to be in the sea at all when it comes to those other animals that don't want us there.
No, I can't.
I'll swim in the waves on the beach, but that's about it.
No, definitely. And I want to swim in a beach where there's lots of people, so the shark is confused. Too much meat, like Durban on December. Yeah.
Too much meat. Have you ever seen those girls in December in Durban where they run in and whee, and then they scream and they run out?
That's how we swim. Really?
In the bras and panties.
No, they don't care, bro. Underpants, it doesn't matter. As long as you can go in the water. It's fine. Some of the people go in with their Garfield night dresses.
Yeah, absolutely.
See a swimmer. You know, actually, I'm a very good swimmer, bro. I've got my Eastern Transvaal colors in swimming.
Eastern Transvaal. This is how old you are now.
Yeah, man.
It used to be called the Eastern Transvaal. Yes. All right. Well, did you have to wear a Speedo? And,
I did, bro. I did.
That's
and I was the only kid after swimming who turned gray. Because of all the chlorine. Everyone else is just fine. No, why are you gray, dude? What's going on with you, bro?
You turned gray.
You're fucking black just now. You fucking gray as fuck, dude.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk to Mo about all of his thoughts on comedy at the moment.
Yes.
So much more to talk about, some fun, some stupidity. It's all on the way. The way you say that you can even find a cage big enough for Gwedi.
Oh, please don't. My stomach must not be exposed to the water, to the sharks.
Gwedi. All right, that's enough for now. We'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. Well done. You are here for another episode of the On The Bounce Show, your weekly sporting fix, no matter if you're a smug Liverpool supporter or an in need of a therapist Man United one. In studio this week, Bena Sandile, welcome back the man, the myth, the Greek legend. He is the heavy D to our boys. It is Dimitri Leontakianakis. For this special coming together, this week's Sporting Showcase is all about sport's greatest photos. Those wonderful moments in time captured by mostly unheralded oaks with long lenses who cover the globe to immortalize what makes sport truly unforgettable. This is an episode truly for the ages. So let's get into it.
Freestyle, right? So
you're kissing, you're doing
you're kissing this girl, you whatever, you fall into the bed, whatever. And it was like so awkward for the female actors, for the actresses, because
niggas will get hard on.
Yeah, and also niggas take advantage.
Niggas, that's what I'm saying, Joe.
You're kissing this girl, you're swallowing her whole face. You know what I mean?
Take one.
It's
getting carried away. You're getting into it.
Carried away. Fast forward to today.
Intimacy.
There's intimacy coaches.
Where's the flavor?
So it's literally like there's an intimacy coach.
Freestyle.
It's like a choreographer. So now it's like it's literally like where are you comfortable me touching you? Can I touch you here? Yes. Can I touch you? Yes. No.
Nice.
I can't touch me there. What's the you ask first? Can I step into your space? Yes.
Sure.
What? Yeah. And there's
professional.
Very professional.
I guess that safeguards everyone.
Yeah. And also, it's not necessarily Guti, it's a Nataya Mantombazani who are also violated. Because not is a snake. We are
come on.
Fine now, man.
Talk your player. Talk your
No, it is what it is. So nothing protect us, please, director.
Please.
This lady is coming too hard for me.
Oh my God.
When I'm
Alrighty, we are live. It's Wednesday, the 9th of April, and hopefully you are off to a good start for your Wednesday. It's also, I think this week is a normal week, right? There's no holidays and stuff. We're going to be doing the show live, Ben and I, from Sun City on Friday, but it is a normal week. And then, of course, we've got Good Friday next week. That's the 18th. So if you're looking for a little break, that means the 18th and the Monday, the 21st, both holidays. Plus, if you're clever about it, you can also get the Monday the following week, the 28th, and bonus on Thursday, the 1st of May, Workers' Day. So plenty of days to come if you want to take some time off. There we go. You got your whole month of April pretty much a disaster if you're running your own business. Just forget about it. There's just nothing you can do. All right. Lots of other good stuff to get to. We got Tol Ass Mo hanging with us this morning. I saw a couple of comments that I wanted to get to before we move on. Dear Gareth, this is Dave. Please accept my apology for misspelling your name and calling you a bully. Please forgive me. I was high at the time, deluded and overly sensitive. I need to man the fuck up. I think you're still overly sensitive. You really think I'd be upset about something? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm one of those people who moves on very, very quickly. If you met me and you told me I hate you and I hate everything you do, it would take me about 5 minutes to completely forget about the experience. I have no memory to retain that kind of thing. And then about 5 minutes after that, I'd be like, hey, how are you? Wouldn't even have remembered meeting you. And that's because I've got some kind of special superpower that I just don't remember bad things. Twister. There's some reason people are talking about Twister. It's a game drunks like to play, says Bitcoin But. And then Congo Chris says, Twister is what horny teenagers play to rub up against each other. I cannot remember the last time I played Twister, but I always remember that mat, that plastic sheet with the dots on it of the different colors. That thing, you can never get it to stay in place because someone stretches over and either pulls the thing out from under everybody else. It's a disaster. I don't know why anyone would want to play that. Unless it's painted onto the floor, Twister's a terrible idea. Homotso says, I watched Adolescence over the weekend, and honestly, I thought it was a whole lot of crap and bad acting. I still haven't watched it. Finished White Lotus, the last episode, on Monday. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say about it. The people who I expected to die died. Let me put it that way. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone else. If you're wondering where Tol Ass Mo is, I said he could go and have a cigarette. So he's out there doing now. I fought with Gareth all the time, and he's moved on quickly. He just doesn't give a damn. No, I don't. I'm okay. You can fight with me. I don't remember a damn thing. Gareth, I would love to see Barry Hilton on the show. And
that's my guy, bro.
And whatever happened to John Flismus would be interesting to see him too. John's become like an academic.
Yeah, he retired from stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And he also retired. He sold the Comics Choice Awards franchise as well to this new company in Cape Town. And John Flismus is one of those guys that I've been rocking comedy with for many years.
He's
an
OG.
We started out, his club gig was Cool Runnings in Melville back in the day. And it was 10 rand for the students to come in. And if your comedy was shit, they'd throw ice cubes at you, bruh. Yeah. It was really hardcore, man. Chris Rock actually performed at Cool Runnings. Yeah, John brought him over.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you rate at the moment? Because these are all old guys who...
All right, so who do I rate at the moment? Comics that you definitely have to watch out for. First and foremost, the Jay Spanky.
Never heard of him. Tell me.
Fucking crazy, hilarious guy, bro. Like, he's got this... He tries to put on an American accent, but it sounds really shit.
I like Tibo Touch.
Yeah. He's in fucking Australia. Where the hell?
I don't know what he's doing.
What the hell, man? But anyway.
He probably owes people money.
Oh, man. I would also go to Australia if I owed people money. Open my door, spider. Dead.
Yeah, they got a lot of things that'll kill you.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot.
Jay Spanky, you have to watch out for beautiful Caucasian lady called Shirley Kitcheman.
Shirley Kitcheman.
Yes, Shirley Kitcheman. And Jax Justice as well. Jax Justice is a lesbian stand-up comedian. She's fucking hot, sexy. Yeah, fuck, we lost another one to the cause.
We lost another one.
Who else you should watch out for?
A lesbian stand-up.
Oh, man.
That's the thing about her. Huh?
Yeah, man.
She's cornered that market.
Yeah, she's got it. She's locked them down, bruh. She's fucking, yeah, man. She's got a whole fucking vagina database.
I think I live in a neighborhood with a very high density of lesbians.
Is it? What?
Centurion, dude. No, there's a lot because...
Centurion.
Well, you know how I can tell is there's a builder's warehouse.
Yeah.
there's a place called Chamberlain, which is also...
A warehouse.
Yeah, they make stuff for DIY.
Yes.
And then there's also Leroy Merlin.
So at the same spot.
They're all in the same sort of area.
Yeah.
I reckon that indicates high concentration of lesbians.
If I see a woman with the same hairstyle as yours.
Yeah, then you know that they do. They copy my hairstyle.
Yeah, they do. They love it, bro.
They do love it. They love a hairstyle like mine.
Another comic you should definitely watch out for before you get cancelled again. Another comic you should definitely watch out for. I really love this guy. It would definitely be Aiden Ho. Aiden Ho is half Japanese, half South African.
You're going to be careful with the surname Ho.
Yeah, no, definitely. He goes on about his surname, about being called Ho and stuff like that, which is absolutely hilarious.
So he's half Japanese?
Yeah, half Japanese, half South African.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy combo.
All right.
And then if you really want to check out new stand-up comedians, then you should follow a brand called FB Events. It's run by a Filipino girl called Francesca. Actually, she's also another hot comic.
You brought the diversity here this morning. When I asked you, who do you rate? You were prepared for that.
No.
You obviously keep tabs on what's going on,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, because I used to do a lot of up-and-coming, or how can I say, rising stars comedy shows. And there's a guy called Mohammed Samoka. And he does a lot of shows with the Protea Ice Hotel. Like all of us as comics, like established comics, we do our one-man shows with him. And he also kind of gives platform for new up-and-coming comedians at most of his gigs. So that's where we really come across them.
You mentor some of these kids?
You know what? I'm done with mentoring, like, comics, bro. Like, oh, man.
They must fucking do it themselves.
Oh, they must do it themselves. Nah, bro, I'm done with this shit. That's why I'm working with legends right now, doing this tour, comedy show in Makrotman. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, bro.
Yeah. Lee says Aiden Ho is amazing. Very funny.
Yes.
Okay.
Aiden Ho is really, really dope, bro. I fucking like the kid.
Apparently, Carl DeSantos says Did you know that lesbians don't use nails to build a bed? They use tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove. You're very smart, my boys. Carlos, that's on you, my buddy. If you get cancelled, bro, or bad.
Signet says, I used to go to Cool Runnings. John is a legend.
Yes.
Yeah, there was some. You know what is sad to me is that there used to be so many places where, you could go and watch
Comedy.
new comedians and old ones, the people who were really good. You just see people getting up there night after night performing. Remember how many places we had before COVID?
Yes, we had Blues Room.
Jesus.
Actually, way before COVID, we had a place called Blues Room at the Village Walk.
I remember that. I remember the Blues Room.
Yes, myself, Trevor Noah, all the guys who started out there. Yeah, it was a very beautiful jazz club. I don't think they'll ever bring back
Village
that vibe.
Walk doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's gone. They demolished the
Mark.
shit. Yeah, it's the Mark, bro. Some weird egg that built there. I don't know what the fuck that is, bro.
And very expensive restaurants.
Very expensive, bro. Saints as well is right there as well. Like fucking one double is like, whoa, man.
That's your mortgage for the year.
It is, bro. Like, no ways. I can't afford that lifestyle. Like, I'm not about I can't afford it, but I won't splurge money on alcohol like that.
Yeah,
alcohol's not my thing.
I think that people who we were talking about, like these politicians who drive around in these blue light brigades and order bottle service at clubs and all the rest of it. And obviously, there are lots of people in this country who have money to burn. Right?
Yes.
I just can't ever imagine doing something just to impress other people.
We used to do it a lot. In the industry, we have a facade
we
to
were
keep
in our,
up.
20s?
In our 20s.
Yeah, sure. But now you don't give a shit.
Nah, man, I got 3 daughters, bro, to raise, man.
Yeah.
Apiwe Kumo Te Amo, very demanding, bro. Yeah.
How old's the youngest?
7.
Yes, that's
she's Te Amo Mi Amor. That's my angel. She was named actually after the Rihanna song Te Amo. Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful.
How I named all my kids was so freaking unique, Gareth. Like, it's very Caucasian. My wife has got a lot of gay friends, so they come up with all this weird shit for fucking babies, right? So my wife gets pregnant. The first thing we do a launch party, baby launch.
What's a launch? Because I thought there's the nappy party or...
We're getting there.
Jesus, I was invited to one the other day.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen what girls do at those kitchen teas?
Yes.
They just all gather around and then she opens her presents and they all go, that is some bullshit.
Yeah, now there's gender reveal as well.
Yeah, there's gender reveal.
Then there is a baby moon. You know baby moon?
All these things that have to happen.
Yeah. Before your child is born.
Have to give free presents and time to them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, it's a waste of time. I did all of those things for each and every single one of my kids. Because remember, I was on reality.
Oh my God.
So it was like, part of
so
content.
You were filming it
all the way. Baby launch. After the baby launch, it's the baby shower. After the baby shower, it's the baby moon.
No, man.
You know, baby moon is
kidding me.
I'm telling you. For my last born, Tiamo, we went to Davao in the Philippines for our baby moon.
You're kidding?
Yeah, you go to a baby moon to figure out the child's name.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, just imagine, bro. How much money was that, bro?
What a waste of time.
Man. So we
baby moon.
Baby moon. And she only figured out the name on our flight fucking back to South Africa, dude. Listening to music and I'm like, fuck, man.
No, and the weddings are also a problem.
Yeah.
Because now you've got the engagement party, right? Then you've got the bachelor's party. Then you've got the thing where all the girls get together.
Then you got
Ends party or whatever the fuck they call that.
Yeah.
Then you got the actual wedding, which is now like a 3-day thing.
Correct. Yes.
It's no longer just
day.
the one day. And then you must also fly to this place, or you must be driving for fucking 3 hours to find this place.
Yeah.
Because they have to have it in some location. You have to pay for your own accommodation and everything. And then they want a gift.
And you still have to buy your own clothes, a new suit or hire something, whatever.
And they want a gift, and they give you a list of shit you got to buy them.
Bro, I emceed a wedding.
I would like a Smeg kettle, please.
$3,000, bro. Boom, on the dot, man.
Go to hell.
Yo, I almost killed myself buying Smeg products. When my wife was like,
it's ridiculous.
When we moved to the farm, she's like, we have to have this old school rustic look. We can't go with a Panasonic fridge or whatever. Silver is not really looking nice. Let's get Smeg products, bruh. The kettle doesn't fucking work anymore. The blender fucking leaves lumps in the fruits. Like, what the fuck, man? Could have just gotten...
No, you could have got one cheap shit.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Second hand.
Yeah, Dion Wired or some shit like that, bro.
Potty training party, says Dave.
Just imagine. Which one is that?
Ever. Lee says, never go to kitchen teas, Tupperware parties, bachelorettes. can't handle so many women together. It sucks big time. And they do. They're like, oh, and they have to like treat this woman who's going to have a baby like she's a princess, like she's the first woman to ever give
have a
birth
child.
to a child.
Yeah.
There were cave women
Just
back
pulling
in the
babies
day,
out.
just pushing the child come out like flying, right? The child come out with a spear. Now these women are like, oh no, we've got to
Don't
make a big
forget.
fuss of Caroline because
Yes.
how's she going to manage if we don't all gather around and bring her a baby grow?
Let's support her.
Yeah, let's support our sister.
Let's give her
Such
omega tablets. Just have as much iron as you need.
What did you want to say when I said the spear?
My wife.
Yeah.
She's a absolutely she's a freaking legend.
Yeah.
My daughters were all born natural birth, a Genesis.
Oh, that's good.
Water birth, no epidural, dude. She gave birth like a fucking wild
Like
bear.
a proper woman.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Like,
Right.
and-
None of this shit of like, oh my God, it's going to be so bad for my vagina.
yes, inject me here, inject me there.
Yeah.
Put a clamp on my
Right.
vagina. Just let the baby slide through, please.
Listen, I say that, but I wouldn't want to be a woman. I wouldn't
No,
want to
it's
give birth.
difficult, bro.
Have you ever like had a really bad dose of constipation and had to squeeze out like,
yeah, I know.
Jesus,
No.
that's nothing.
Many nights of McDonald's, that'll give you that
Dude,
shit. I
that's
swear.
nothing compared to what women go through.
And you have to give, after she gives birth naturally, there's a thing called a push present.
Oh, Jesus, what's that?
That's for when your wife gives birth to your child naturally.
Mm,
You give them for that because they've gone through this.
another thing.
Another thing, after all the things, you still have this child still
And you
to
got to
fucking
pay
go
for the
to
kid
school.
for 18 years.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
It's a trap. It's a
It's
trap.
a trap.
Don't fall for this. And you've got
It's
three.
a trap, man.
You've got
I bought.
three.
Yeah. Okay, my first child was born from my baby mama, my ex,
Uh-huh.
and when I got married, I then had 2 daughters with mommy and
Right.
Yeah.
But you still got 3 to worry about.
Yeah, I got 3 to worry about. My firstborn, Apiwa, she's 16 now, so
Yo,
she's her sweet 16 is like, wow, man. She just wants, how can I say? What does she want? She wants to have something simple. Oh, she wants an iPhone something. iPhone 12 or 30. I don't know.
well, that's better than one of those parties where you see those things on. They used to do it.
MTV.
MTV, yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet 16, where
16.
these kids would get like a car
yeah.
or a house.
I know.
I set unrealistic expectations for people. I
Nah.
got nothing at 16.
Me too. When
Right?
my son turned 16, I was like, well done, my boy.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
That was it, bro.
you
21st, I also
Don't make any girls pregnant.
nah, please.
That was
I,
all you were told, right?
I tell him my son's rule. My first rule with him is that yo, keep your dick in your pocket, bro. Tell him that all the time, bro. I'm like, where you going? I'm going out with my friends, Dad. I'm like, where's your dick? In my pocket. Fuck you.
Don't embarrass me, Dad.
Come on, not in front of the boys. And he's like a hip hop artist, so it's like it's not cool for dad to
His
say
dad doesn't want to be
Nah,
heard
man.
saying that
that.
stuff.
Mm-mm.
That's hilarious.
I haven't reminded him. Don't forget to condomize. Don't use banana. Shit.
Congo Chris says, this is a good point. Sounds like women have far too much time on their hands. Time to take away the dishwashers and other appliances. Let's go back to beating laundry on a rock. Do you remember those washboard
Yes.
things?
So what? They used to call it a Vasplank.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. We need to bring those back.
Yeah. whoa, man.
Tupperware is no more. That party's over, says Bitcoin But.
Yes, there's only one Tupperware franchise left now. It's all the way in Honeydew that nobody fucking goes there, bro.
No, it's
No,
too far.
Going to
Um,
Honeydew is like a wild ride, bro. Like you fucking driving through foreigners, fucking shacks.
Azalea
All of a
says,
sudden there's a mall. Shit.
Azalea says all these parties that you have to have when you're having a child in Cyril's economy. How are we still allowing this?
Ah, no, we can't, bro. Not in Cyril's. No, man.
Okay, so baby moon is for a couple to have some time alone before the baby comes.
Correct.
Oh, God.
Yes.
That's from Khomots.
Yeah. It's not to have just time alone. You must think of the baby's name, all this shit, bro. Oh man, it's
No, it
it's
sounds
it's hectic, bro. Like I did it all, bro.
No,
Like, oh, and by the way, I got a vasectomy.
did you?
Now I
You-
closed the fucking factory, bro.
you
after
opened
3
a
girls.
gaming factory, closed that factory.
Close this factory. Yeah, no, fuck it, man.
No, yeah,
After my third daughter,
You've done your work.
I've done it, bro.
You've contributed to the next generation.
Yes,
You've made enough to replace you.
yes,
That's perfect.
that's it.
Yeah,
And my
that's
name Mongezi means to add on to the generations.
There we go.
Wongeza.
Mongas.
Yes,
I like that.
cool, man.
All right. Do these parents organize my dumbass kid parties when their kids turn out to be losers? Says VS.
You know what? There's no losers at school anymore.
No, you
Everybody
can't-
gets a
no,
fucking
yeah,
award.
Everyone gets an award.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, when we were at school,
It's not fair.
I
Fuck
knew
that shit.
I knew who the losers were.
Yeah.
I was glad I wasn't among them.
Dude, you know what? I was actually lucky to be called up on on the stage to get
Yeah.
awards, but it was never for academic shit. It was for Stedford, fucking swimming, debate, stupid shit like that. It was never 100% attendance.
Well, you were very clever to corner the market on black swimming. Because
Yes.
there weren't a lot of people competing with you, right?
No, they weren't. They
and
weren't.
they would have liked to say, well, we've got a black swimmer.
Yeah, I still remember my coach, Claire
Huh.
Bellamy. She was an amazing woman, and she swam for the Olympic team as well.
Wow.
Do you remember the time of Penny Haynes?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was swimming for South Africa.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's quite something.
Yeah, no, she's an amazing, phenomenal woman. Fucking calves the size of my arm, bro, my head. Bro. Like- Massive shit, bro.
Do you still show off to other black people and to your white friends that you can swim
Damn,
so well?
fuck
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I dive.
absolutely.
I hit the top board.
Yeah.
See me at the Virgin Active, my brother. I'm there. I'm floating. I'm floating in the water. Like, how do you stay there?
Tol Ass says,
Yes.
Bitcoin, but you only get a snip when your pull-out game is bad.
No, apparently the reason why I'm getting girls is because I keep closing my eyes every time I orgasm. If you want the point,
Is that what you meant to do?
yeah, that's what you must do. Keep
Oh
your
my
eyes open,
God.
bro.
Yeah, apparently the department got inundated with emails from stoners and activists, and this is apparently to do with
The edibles.
Yeah,
Yeah, they put them back in the system
edible
now.
ban has been lifted.
It's been lifted. Thank God.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Back in business, baby.
I am terrified of edibles. I did them once. No, I did them once, and I will never ever.
Because
go
you
there.
can't stop it, right?
Bro, I felt like I was trapped for 8 hours.
Yeah, once it's in you, bro. You can go and purge. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. That shit is in your bloodstream, bro. Okay.
it
Yeah.
will not leave.
How many milligrams was it?
I
Do you
couldn't-
remember?
No, well, so we were doing a show,
Mhm.
and I took them during the show. as
Like-
part- it was
Like
part
hot
of-
ones type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So we started off, and then you know what happens often with many people who do these
Yeah.
edibles? They were like gummy bears or whatever the fuck
Tastes
they
nice,
call
man.
it.
It's not bad.
But I thought nothing's happening.
Yeah. 60 minutes later.
Yes. I was lying on the floor after the show, and I couldn't speak. I was going. We've got. I'm sure it's still online.
My best friend, Bruce Patcher. Bruce Patcher has got a company called Patcher Properties. And him and I have been boys for freaking many years, 25 years, actually. He opened up a restaurant called The Loft in Melville on 7th
I remember
Avenue.
that.
You see, they used to hold, it was called Berlin first, didn't change into The Loft. And I gave him an edible just like, when is it? Like 3 weeks ago, bro. It was terrible. Shirt off, fucking vibing, dubstep, disco channel. And then the next day he's in a suit fucking selling property. Well, this is the kitchen. That's the bathroom.
No, you got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not.
As a result of that, I just avoid weed or
Yeah.
anything, dude.
I'm on a detox right now, bro. Like I'm 40 days detox. No cannabis, no alcohol. Yeah. Actually, it's finished now. Lent is 2 more days.
I think it's only it's next week is Easter. So
Yeah,
you,
yeah. So
you're free.
I'm almost
But
done.
Again, at the risk of boring the audience, I have a problem with giving up alcohol because
Mhm.
other people are so boring. When you're the only sober one,
Yes, it is.
they talk to you right here.
Yes.
Drunk people, they're here.
Yeah.
They repeat the same story 100 times because they think they're hilarious.
You must the worst. The big spenders in the club, you know how they talk to you?
Tenderpreneurs.
They take their finger and shove it in your ear, and then they're in your ear. Yes, leadership.
Oh,
Do you want
Jesus.
another Hennessy? Oh my God, bro.
Yes,
And
leadership.
Oh my
Do you want
God.
another Hennessy?
Oh my God.
Is that what
I-
they say?
Yes, I can't stand it. Who's in charge? I'm in charge. Order another Hennessy. What is this? Are these girls? What are you drinking? We want a Moet. Give them Moet. 5 or 4 is all right.
This is the blesser.
Yeah, that's how they buy.
Situation.
Yes, that's how they
Yeah,
buy.
and they're big spenders. Yeah.
Dude, and the thing is, after the comedy shows and stuff like that, there's always that one big spender who's going to try and show
They
you
always
massive.
they're big
Massive.
guys.
And they bra
They've got the
somebody.
rolls here.
Yes, those Provos pack.
You know, it's like the sausages.
Apparently, the more packs you have in the back of your head, those are the tender experiences.
Oh, really?
This was my best
So
tender.
you've got a lot.
The second tender was really, really difficult. But the fourth one.
And they do sound like that as well, huh?
They do, bro.
I've met so many of these
man.
guys. So you were saying at a comedy event, then they'll be the
They'll
last.
call you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Tallas, that was very funny.
Like you need to be told.
Really, you entertain me. What are you drinking? I said, don't worry, sir, I'm good. The bar's taking care of me. Don't tell me about the bar. Somebody, Mshana, who's in charge? It's you. Yes, I'm in charge. Get Tol Ass Mo what he wants. Then you come back with the bill like it's only like 2 tequilas. How can you disappoint me? You're embarrassing me in front of these girls. Get him the bottle, please. Give him where's the rest of the bottle? Give it to him, please. By the time you leave, it's fucked, bro.
My favorite was always when Kulubuza Zuma would have those cars that he couldn't fit in.
Dude, I went into fucking his car by mistake once, bro.
What?
Woodmead McDonald's, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what show I was shooting. So we had that. There's a Mercedes-Benz V-Class called My Fucking Car. They call it fucking car. You know why? It's like a viral video with like a politician telling girls to get out of his fucking car. So like,
Really?
now when you see a Vito, it's called a fucking car.
Oh, beautiful.
So we are in a white fucking car. And Kulubuza's team and them are also in a white fucking car. So I went into the McDonald's to get my food. I come out. I just open the fucking sliding door. And I just see this motherfucker in the back. There's no seats in the fucking thing. There's only one
the
back
whole
seat.
thing.
Yeah, the whole thing has no seats. There's only the back seat of the fucking Vito.
And Kulu's in there with
Dude, his stomach is hitting the floor. He's got 2 guys sitting in the front, like with fucking rifles like this. Bro, and the crazy thing is I actually still close the door behind me. I'm like, I'm definitely in the wrong car here. I'm in the wrong car.
They must have been ready to shoot you.
Dude, I'm so glad that
And
Kulubuza
Kulu- He
recognized me.
takes up the whole seat.
Yeah, the whole they remove all the fucking seats in the Vito, bro. And the bodyguards, I'm not even sitting down. They like literally just on the whole way, just fucking holding on to the
Because they don't even have seats.
they don't have seats. Dude, I was like, oh, Tallas. Oh no, he calls me Tallas Mo. He says it as one word.
Yeah.
Kulubuza is like, oh, Tallas Mo. Ah. You are definitely in the wrong car. Yeah, you are in the wrong car. Sir.
I wanted to meet him. I think he must be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is definitely, bro.
I think he must have a lot of fun.
Yeah, he does, bro.
Do you
With the
remember
stomach
he
that
got-
size, bro.
But he got married to that quite pretty girl.
Yeah.
Who's tiny. And I just pictured like the number 10, you know? And I imagine, because he looks like a guy who could have a real party.
Yes, man, you can swim in his belly button, bro.
I mean, there'd be lots of drink, there'd be lots of food,
Yes,
there'd be
yes.
lots of beautiful women around. The
Yeah, man.
music would be good
It's great.
because he would spend to make it the
Big
best,
time.
right?
Big time, bro. And you know what's so cool about his family? Like, I got an honor of meeting his dad, Jacob Zuma. I shot a
Kulu's
documentary.
not. Kulu's his nephew.
Oh, it's his nephew.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Gelechek is as the uncle.
the uncle. Oh, it's nice to have family. How many cousins do we have?
Yeah.
5. Okay, can we have 10 tenders, please? Very rarely. Give somebody here. You know?
Give somebody.
Just give somebody. So I had the honor of actually working with Jacob Zuma.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago. I shot a documentary, Jacob Zuma, called The Heart of Africa,
Oh yes.
whereby we do a docu-series on different political leaders around the world based on, we follow them through their diet of the day. Like, what do you
Oh.
eat, like in the morning?
And he agreed to this.
Yes, we're with them the whole fucking day.
You know-
bro. What a cool guy.
I have to agree with you. And I feel like everybody who's around at the moment, they love using him as the scapegoat.
Yeah,
Right. And
like me, like you as well. You're a
Sure.
good scapegoat, bro.
yeah. So it's easy to put all your sins on one other person and chase them into the wilderness,
True.
which is precisely what they did with him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're still stuck with Cyril and Gwede and Blade
Yeah.
and all of these other guys who've been eating
Yes,
the whole time.
the whole freaking time, and the greed is
they-
insane.
But you see it online. You see it all these media, News 24 people.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, the 9 10 wasted years of Jacob Zuma.
It's
And
insane.
what do we know? It's now been a
Yo.
long time since he was in office,
Yeah.
and it hasn't got better.
I've never been so financially distraught like as I am now. When Cyril came in, I don't
Yeah,
know what happened. Like
ruined
the
it.
economy just shrinked. When Jacob was in charge, oh bro, we were eating for no reason, bro. There were corporates for nothing. We're going to have a very big celebration. Why? We have made a very, very big accomplishment. What is it? We've given 5 pairs of shoes. Really? Really, those kids, they were walking barefoot every day. So
Yeah,
let's
but they
throw
were-
a party. Put a 5 million budget there. Call Tol Ass Mo, give him 500,000 for talking shit, please.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah, get Kulu. We need a big catering budget.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now it's like, now everything is just shrank, man. It's like, you have to literally
That's cool.
beg.
Look, look.
Yeah, that's the guy, bruh. Yes, it's one man, backseat of a Vito. That's the guy, bruh. It looks like he lost a little bit of weight there. Because that stomach was like hitting the
Kulu
thing, bro.
Buse.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. How is Kulu still alive? The eat less, move more is rubbish. No, I mean, listen, you get some people. I saw this thing on Monday.
Yeah.
I put it on my Instagram. 122-year-old woman.
Alive.
Yeah. She's somewhere in Europe.
Shit.
This woman
Mhm.
smokes every day,
Yeah.
drinks every day, wine or whatever.
Yes.
She does dangerous shit, does no exercise.
Yes. And she's still pushing.
122. She's lasted so long that all her family are dead.
She's the only one.
left. She's the only one left.
Shit, bro. That's crazy.
122. So don't tell me that you have to be. And you know what I'm talking about with all these people who
Yeah.
they'll cycle, they'll run, they'll be on the treadmill every
Mhm.
day, and then they have a heart attack at like 34.
Yes. Gone.
Gone.
So that's the freaky part, man. With me, I just prefer living the way I live.
Yeah, something's
I've been
gonna kill
smoking
you.
since I was 9. If I stop smoking now, I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah.
My lungs are just gonna go
Yeah.
and then it's over for me and
Yeah.
I'm dead. So I don't want to ever feel like I'm putting myself in a position where I'm under unnecessary pressure.
Something's gonna get you.
Yeah, something's gonna get me.
But if you're clever, it'll be something you've chosen and not a shark.
Yes, not a fucking shark, bro. Yes. The whole black community will be confused. Mara is shark. Huh? Is shark. Really, Tol Ass Mo. Who will be shark?
Yeah, what was he doing in the sea?
Was he with Bruce? He was with Bruce. He was with Bruce. And as long as I tell you about your Caucasian friends, Uti, one day they're gonna make you jump off a cliff in Cape Town.
Please, we've got to have Tol Ass Mo more often on the show. I
thank you,
couldn't
man.
agree more. Yeah, this is great.
Let's pull up.
What happened to that show you did with the pranks?
Oh, you got.
Yeah,
That was syndicated across 6 continents around the world.
yeah.
We had over 200 million eyes on our show. It actually took over from Punked with Ashton
Right,
Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. Yeah.
Yes. And then what happened was after shooting like 4,000, no, not 4,000, that's 3,000 something episodes of that show because we did more than 10
Really?
seasons. Yeah. We're on air for more than 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah, for more than 8 years, bro. Then the pranking thing just kind of died out on MTV, bro, because now we're doing social experiments. I can't put anyone in a shark cage and open the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck, man. I wanna fucking do some crazy shit, man. So the budgets were really, our ideas were restricted.
I think you guys caught me with like a traffic thing early in the morning or
Yep.
whatever. I
Yeah.
remember that.
No one was safe. Tibo Touch, yourself,
Yeah,
Wallace,
you got
PH,
everybody.
A lot of
You
people,
got
bro.
everybody.
Yeah.
I remember that, but again, I got to say I was very lucky because I'm not rude and horrible to people.
No, you're not,
despite
Shem.
what people think. Right?
Yeah.
So whenever I've had interactions with people and I didn't know there was a camera, I've been nice.
Your integrity is your integrity.
Luckily,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there will be a time,
When they get you offside, no?
or I'll be in a bad mood or whatever. It's like you meet tens of thousands of people in a year,
Yes.
but then there's always that one person on the day when you're in a huge hurry and you've been fighting with your family and you've got shit to worry about
Yeah.
financially, and then someone stops you and they're like, "Oh, I thought you'd be nicer than this."
Yes. Can I have a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not nice, but
You're
my
not-
daughter loves you.
you're
I
not-
hate that shit.
Yeah. So,
You know
was
you
very-
love me as
I was
you know
very
you are
lucky.
my fan, but
Yeah.
you will say, my cousins, they'll really love you. Can I have a selfie? Just to show them I was with you.
but I don't like you.
But I don't like you, really. Stop this thing about gay people. Really, Monges. Really. They are one of us. Okay, I'll stop
They
about
are
the gay
one of
people. I'll
us.
stop it. Take the selfie.
Do you ever get people who come up and give you shit about like your comedy?
Yes, I do.
They'll remember something from 10 years ago. You don't even remember.
Do you know what? Yes, there's a guy. I remember him very well. I think he won't forget me as well. When I was starting out in the township in Tembisa doing stand-up comedy, I went to a club called Caprivi. And there was this guy who was wearing this super fucking ridiculous polo neck. I couldn't resist. I've never seen a polo neck with so many layers. Really, that neck, oh man, they look like, I don't want to say those words here. There's very important people online. It looked very wrong. So I went in him with polo neck, bro, the whole time. And I'm the MC of the show. So every time I come back, I got a new joke for this fucking polo neck. I called him boiled boerewors. I called him a lot of things, bro. You know when you boil boerewors and then
it comes out of the skin.
And then you get the skin lumped up on. So after the show, this guy is standing next to my Mini Cooper, bro. Like with his friends. And they got it like surrounded like that. Yeah. Because I was out to do English, right? Like I was very hip hop centric. What up, nigga? So why you for call me whack ass? I'm a whack ass, Jesse. Let me show you what is a whack ass. Then they all move away from the car. They've scratched the word whack ass on the side of my fucking door. Here is the whack ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you like it now? What are you gonna do? And I could do jack shit, bro.
And comedy is a high stakes business.
It is, bro. That's why I became friends with Kumba in the hood. Yeah. Because Kumba was a fucking cop.
Right.
So now after the comedy shows, when they say, yeah, whackers, Kumba's like, hey, footsec! Footsec!
Pull his gun. That's hilarious. You had to put up with shit like that.
I had to, bro. And being the first comedian to come out of Tembisa, it was very difficult to kind of educate the audience and the community as to what it means to have a heartfelt laughter about one's mistakes, one's flaws. I always make fun of myself, you know, and then go into the audience and make them relate with what I'm making fun of, you know? So, yeah, if it wasn't for Skumba, man, I'd have got stabbed a long time ago in the hood, bro.
I'm just amazed at how you have also put up with unbelievable amounts of shit.
Yes.
For things that people will still say you did that you had nothing to do with.
Correct. Yes, like my aura going ahead and fucking people in Cape Town. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just to me, it's phenomenal that you've also developed this really thick skin.
I have, bro. It got to me. Like I don't want to lie, bro. I had a mental breakdown, Gareth, bro. And I remember I was at the Greenwood Wellness Clinic. I was there for like fucking 8 weeks, pumped on meds.
Is that like a mental hospital?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, but it's like proper. It's not like just random niggas walking by. Fuck you, Casey.
Is that how people are in a mental hospital?
I want my porridge with peanut butter, please. What the fuck combo is that? Who has peanut butter with fucking porridge, man? I like it a lot. It was a normal place, bro. Just depressed people, bro. Just sad, brother. 8 weeks, bro. They wouldn't let me go, bro. Fucking hell, bro.
But you made it.
I made it through, bro. I made it through, and they put me on these meds. Like I was on Epilum CR200 and fucking, what is this? Ritalin.
That's hectic. You must have been like half asleep half the time.
I was a zombie, bro. Yeah. I was a freaking zombie. And that
they just make you numb.
Yeah, kills your emotions, bro. Like you could literally drop dead in front of me and I wouldn't know how to feel. Like I wouldn't have any feeling whatsoever. So I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm smoking weed, man. I replaced that shit for cannabis. Like if I want to feel down, fuck it. I'll smoke an indica and have a lot of fuck it in me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I'd rather have that than meds. And I've never gone back to that space again. I don't allow people to get to me like that. I used to be really concerned about what people think about me on social media because it affects how corporates look at me.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned about what kind of comments that people leave behind because my kids are now old on social media. There's a lot of things that's like you stress and worry about that are beyond your control. So I realized that fuck it, things that are not within my control, I let it go. And what I did was that I replaced psychology and these fucking therapists that pump you on meds, and I went to the Church of Scientology, bro.
You're kidding.
I swear to God.
You joined them and do you do the engrams and all that shit?
All that shit, bro. And it helped
Really?
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Engrams are fucking triggers, bro.
So do you believe in Lord Xenu and the planets full
I
of
don't
all that?
believe in that. It's shit
souls
in
and-
LRH. No.
Okay.
What I take from the Church of Scientology is how they tackle mental issues and how they tackle traumatic experiences and how to cancel them and get over those experiences.
I just have to point out for anybody who doesn't know you well enough. I
Yeah.
mean, you are such a smart guy because you would go into something like that with a totally open mind.
Yeah.
Just like you've become a sangoma.
Yeah.
Just like you can do stand-up comedy without even trying. You could take an idea while it's still being born, and you can make it into a joke before everybody else has even heard
Thank you.
what
Yeah.
their name is that morning.
Yeah.
And you can deal with the most intense media scrutiny over shit that is really, really horrible for
Yeah.
you, for your career, for your family, for all that shit.
Mhm.
And the next minute you can be making everyone else laugh.
Yeah.
That's superpower, dude.
Thank you, bro.
You've
Thank
got,
you
you've
so
got
much.
some unbelievable strength in you.
Thank you very much.
Blows me away every
You
time.
know what? I think it comes from family support.
Mm.
My mother, my dad, my brothers and sisters, my kids,
They give a shit.
they give a shit.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that keep me going. Like, they are my team, bro.
Yeah.
Those are my number one fans. If my daughters don't find me funny anymore, I'm very concerned. I'm very, very concerned, bro.
I can't imagine how hilarious it would be
Yeah,
to be,
no,
your,
I'd be very
to be
concerned,
your
bro.
daughter and grow up in a house with you.
Yeah, man. And they
Um,
diss me too. So we make fun of each other, you know.
Aren't you also still mates with Mike Bollace?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Mike Bollace is that the private investigator.
Yeah.
He's well known. He's got the funny like cruise cut hair.
Yeah, man.
right?
That's a G.I.
He's a
Joe shit.
hardcore motherfucker.
Very
that guy,
hardcore.
right?
Him and I wear the same size shoes, so we exchange sneakers.
That's phenomenal. So you and Mike Bollace, because I
Yeah.
remember him telling me that he lived near you.
Yeah,
or
our
whatever.
farm was
Right.
Yeah, my farm was
Yeah.
like not far from his. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know him at all, but I saw him at something, and he's like, you friends with Tol Ass Mo.
Ja, dat is my fucking broer.
Tol Ass Mo.
Ek lief hom baie.
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
loves you.
yes.
He has only nice things to say about you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, yeah, I know that motherfucker.
No, he really backed me up during my tough times, bro.
yes,
And
yes.
taking me to church with him and sending me Bible scriptures every day. And him also having an NPO with me that helps other men who are falsely accused of the same thing I
Right.
was.
He's a
and-
good man, huh?
Very good man, bro.
So you guys helping out other guys like that?
Yeah. And we run it
Because-
very low key. We don't make a big
Yeah, no,
hoo-ha
good.
about it because of
Good.
the nature of society.
Well, people don't want a big hoo-ha. They just want to
No.
know they can go somewhere and be supported.
Just have to find us and then we'll back you
I
up.
have said for the longest time, and we don't have to dwell on this for long.
Yeah,
I've
man.
said for the longest time that if guys are going to have their entire life wrecked by someone who makes a false allegation of rape or abuse or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, we live in a country where there's a lot of that going on.
Yes.
So we should take seriously any claim
At
any
any
woman
time.
has.
Like, look
But-
at this case with Kwekwe now.
exactly.
Yes.
But I want to say this. If a woman is found to have falsely
Lied.
accused a man
Mhm.
and to lie, she should go through whatever punishment he would have gone through
Correct.
if it had been true.
Because you know what? The freaking magistrate, the NPA in Paul, at the Paul Magistrate Court, they wanted to hit me with 35 fucking years, bro.
Then I'm sorry, you make a false allegation, those 35 years are
Must go
yours.
to the next person. It's
Yours.
fair, Gareth. It's relevant.
That's
It's
what
fair.
I've said all along.
Tit for tat.
All right,
Yeah,
here we
man.
go. How is Kulu? No, that's old stuff. Sorry, we're still back to Kulu. Mo podcast, please, says Sanela. This guy has no holy cows. Tol Ass has been on a podcast rampage. And then Kala says, please, can you start a global search for a comedian that does not have mental issues?
there is none.
No, they all do because
We all do, bro.
because these people are thinkers. They are actually involved in the world.
Yeah, my imagination is fucking wild. You know, I stopped playing with action figures at the age of 16, bro. And I was in matric at 16, bro.
What action figures did you
Oh,
have?
fuck G.I. Joe, bro.
You really?
G.I. Joe. And I wouldn't like the action figures that don't bend. Like, you know, you get those. My mom worked at McDonald's as well. So she'd always bring me fucking shitload of McDonald's toys.
Really?
And when Sonic's arms are like this, bro, Sonic fucking stays like that the whole time. So you can't do anything with.
Chris Smith says in the 60s, they fed me big green Ritalin and it did nothing.
Yeah.
The schools told my folks to take me to a shrink, which was embarrassing in those days.
Mm-hmm. It was. You was considered to be crazy. They said to me I had ADHD.
Yeah.
But now I use my ADHD for good.
Yeah.
I can fucking go like for 25 hours, 23 hours straight with no sleep, bro.
Right.
And my body does not feel affected for shit.
That's the ADHD.
Yeah.
That's the positive
If
side.
I have a cup of coffee, oh my God. See me on the Red Bull, bro.
It's bad.
Bad, bro. It's really bad. Like I can't sit. I can't chill. And the thing is, I like smoking weed, so I have a Red Bull and I smoke a joint. And my system is like, what's going on?
No, it doesn't know what to do.
It doesn't know what to do, bro. So I stay away from energy drinks and too much caffeine. One cup of coffee lasts me the whole day, bro.
Okay, so Barely Vocal Media says Tallas Mo is also into old school gaming. Met
Yes.
him at Morda Bong's album launch.
Yeah.
Super
That's
cool
DJ
guy.
Zintle's new
Yeah, that's the one that
hubby thing.
Morda. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So I still have my Atari, my Nintendo 64. I still have my Golden China.
Atari.
Yeah, I've got my
Holy
Atari.
shit,
Yeah,
you really
yeah.
are into old school stuff, huh?
That Atari I stole from Simon Gates, by the way. I went for a sleepover at his house. I'm like, this Caucasians have got everything here, man.
So you stole
The
it.
fucking shit's going on here. I had a choice. Hey, bro. I had the choice between the Atari and the Golden China. I'm like, Golden China we can get anywhere, but this fucking Atari. You can't find this thing anywhere. Jackson, he didn't even realize it was missing, bro. The next day, he comes to school with the freaking Game Boy Advance. Like, I lost my Atari, so my dad got me this. Don't come visit my house, Simon. Guess what we're doing tonight?
No, that's funny.
Yeah, bro.
So Dave says, I also explored Scientology, but it came across as a money-grabbing scam with flawed dogmas. No offense, I'd rather get high.
Do you know what? You know, sometimes when you go into certain things, just take what's good for you and fuck off, bro.
You don't need the whole package.
You don't need, sometimes you don't, other people do. They need,
You don't need to get the contract with the free SMSs. You can just go and get like
get your
pay
manuals.
as you go.
Yeah, man. I did the following courses: personal values and integrity.
Okay.
I did Dianetics. I also did one called Drug-Free World, which talks about the psychedelic effects of marijuana, coke, all the stuff on your body and how it fucks with your aura and all this shit. And I just took what I believe is good for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of good people in the Church of Scientology, bro. It's like really, they're just there to fucking help in a different way. They started out their own religion, bro, and it's working for them. They've fought for the Church of Scientology to exist across multiple continents.
It's worked for Tom Cruise.
Yes, it's working.
It's worked out very well for him.
He went in really deep with that, bruh. You know? So it's really up to you. Choose what you feel is right for you. Take it.
And the Sangoma,
I'm still practicing.
The Twasang you're still doing?
I'm still practicing. Twasang is
in the beginning.
Is your learning. But the word Twasa is to learn.
You are a Sangoma, so
yes,
you can actually treat people.
I treat people. I got a lot of patients that come and see me, and I'm very selective with how I get my patients. Don't Instagram me. Oh, please don't DM me about your dream. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I really don't.
Yeah, sure.
But if I bump into you in such a way that I can pick you up spiritually and I can feel you and you feel me the same way, and I'm like, girl, you need help, bruh. Or my nigga, what's happening to you right now? And they're like, well, how do you know that's happening to me? I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a natural intuition.
So is this also the ancestors talking to you?
That's correct, yes.
I'm very interested in how
I
that works.
always stay fitted, bro. I don't have to show people that I am, but I know I am. And then I preach at my mother's church every Sunday. I'm an ordained prophet.
Because people also think, how can you be a Sangoma? How can you go to Scientology for this? But you
I also go to church. Yeah. You know what? It's even, look, Jesus disappeared for fucking for how many years?
Yeah,
his whole teenagehood.
Went off and learned some magic.
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. If you follow the footprints of Jesus Christ across Africa, he went to India, he went to Indonesia, he went to the Himalayas.
Because they talk about him growing up in the carpenter's shop, and then he disappears from like age 4. You don't hear anything.
And then he comes
33.
back fucking floating because he went to Sagewood.
made some Hindu offerings. Yeah, but this is the point.
Yeah.
Is there all these mystical things that we don't understand?
You have to learn. You have to understand, like, for example, simple things like yin and yang. You have to understand all the laws, Murphy's Law, the what laws. There's lots of different laws that people live by.
Right.
So it's all about what you can take from life and make it your own thing. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
People are loving you this morning.
Oh, thank you. I'm a morning guy. I told you guys that when I wake up, I'm good to go, bro. I don't have like slouchy mornings, like, I want to get out of bed. No.
Somebody here is, honestly, ADHD is a superpower.
Yes, it is, sir.
All of us who have it should embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
It actually dates back to our caveman times and made us more efficient at gathering food. So yeah.
Awesome, because you can go out there longer and you can go like a day without eating, bro, and you're still good. Your body just has got this natural energy in it, bro. Yeah.
Can Mo please explain what the deal is with the 2 liters of seawater?
Oh, what, you see that shit all the time, especially in the airplane when someone is putting the 2 liter in the cabby hold
with some sand.
With some sand at
so
the
you
bottom.
can prove that it is actually from the sea.
Let me tell you something. So basically, water that comes from the ocean has got the purest form of salt. Salt is the main component in cleaning out negative energies and negative spirits. So when you bathe with salt water, it's it really cleanses out your system. We don't drink the stuff. We just put it. Maybe you can put even like half a cup in your normal water.
All right.
And it's
so you put it with your bath or whatever.
Correct. And it changes the whole property of that whatever water it is you're washing. So a lot of people use it for blessings, for cleansing, for removing of evil spirits in the home. Yeah, so it's got a lot of uses. And we put sand at the bottom of the container because salt water evaporates very quickly.
I finally had an explanation from
Awesome.
Someone. My rabbit says, don't get the water from Durban. People have been shitting in it.
There were sewage pipes fucking going into the ocean.
Yeah,
there,
dude. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, man. So
really
go swim at Belito, guys. Going to disturb the Caucasians there. Really. There's lots of beaches. Let's not stick to the south.
Man. Listen, I've had so much fun talking to you.
Me too, bro.
I just love this. I hope we'll be able to do some more fun stuff in the future.
Definitely.
It's always a laugh with you. I always feel like rejuvenated.
Thank
it's like
you, bro.
You passed on some of the ADHD to me.
Yeah, man. I'll give you a lot. Trust me. I've got a lot of energy to give. I call this man the best Caucasian. All right.
I love it. Tol Ass Mo, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody that follows The Real Network. Please continue viewing. Share the links. Subscribe. Yo, man. You know what? If you want to get, how can I say this? Good, proper, genuine content, then follow networks like this.
Well, we have people like you on who we don't tell you what to say.
Nah, really not.
Speaking of which, where can people see you? You're still doing...
Oh, the tour.
Yeah.
Yes. Comedy show Yamakhrutman is actually going to be coming down to Cape Town, Hotel Sky.
Who else is there with that one?
It's Kagiso
great lineup.
In Cape Town, we're going to have Stuart Taylor, and we got Kiliboni Mlaudzi, we got Mark Banks, we got
what a lineup.
Yo, man, it's quite a bunch of legends, and all of them. He's doing great, bro. He doesn't know whether he wants to do comedy. Sometimes he wants to do it, sometimes he doesn't, but he's really focused on tenderpre. He's a great director and film producer, bro. Like, he's doing quite great. He got new dentures as well. He fixed his teeth. Yes, he looks amazing. He looks like the mask.
I don't know if I want him to have perfect teeth.
Nah, man, he was really funny without the dentures, man. It gives you that character, you know? Yeah, man. Okay, but he's a cool guy. He's still married. Hilarious. Yeah, he's absolutely. Actually, I only did my first one-man show after watching his.
Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, that's us right there. Chris Forrest, David Carl, Ronnie Madimula. Ronnie Madimula is the first black stand-up comedian in South Africa. He started comedy in 1997, bro.
The man on the far right.
No, the one right next to me on the right-hand side, right next to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Ronnie, David, and
I like that they've given you top billing there. You're in the middle. Look at that.
Thank you. Yeah, because I'm the host. I'm the one who's paying tribute to these legends. And Hotel Sky has partnered with us as well.
Good for them. I always used to think it was just hookers that went there.
No, it's now the Santon Hotel, bro.
No, it's very smart. That Hotel Sky is very nice. Huh?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, when it first opened, I was part of the communications and marketing team for Hotel Sky. And then COVID hit, and then we're selling hotel rooms for like $500 a night.
Wow.
And it was just getting crowded nicely. And then we also introduced the robotic system, the self-check-in system as well.
That's very clever.
So the robots that you have there, they're actually designed to work with the elevators and bring you drinks to your rooms because there's no room service.
Right.
But then now we bought a technology from Singapore, brought it to South Africa, but we didn't have the 5G capability to run the machines. So now they just literally Google voice boxes. You just go there and say, where are we now? Then you just reply, you are in Hotel Sky, motherfucker.
It would be funny. Work for it would be funny though if it said motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
That would make it worthwhile. Oh, I love it. All right. Thank you so much. So good to see you. Tol Ass Mo, and we will be back on Friday morning, Ben and Simpiwe and I, and have an excellent week.
Oh shit! Follow us on our gaming page. The TAM gaming community.
Tell us.
Anything you need, your arcade machines, your like vending machines. If you want to build a man cave, if you want to have a party, a games night, call us. We facilitate all of those things.
Tell us where do we find this?
On Instagram, the TAM gaming community, or Tol Ass Mo the gamer on Instagram.
Very good.
Thank you.
We'll put up all the info. All right, nice stuff. Thanks everybody. Ciao.
Dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight. Summer hair with real big beauty queen style. High heels off, I'm sailing the arms. Oh my God, I'm sailing in the air, telephone wires above. Oh, sizzling like a snail, honey, I'm sad. I'm sailing everywhere, nothing scares me anymore.